я голос охрип.
Taki Tube. Welcome back to Taki Tube. It's been a minute, but we're gonna jump into a video here, a reaction to New World Order by Tom MacDonald and Adam Calhoun. Listen, drop some comments. Let me know if you want me to react to something next. Hit me with a like, subscribe, please. You know I need the subs. Obviously, my sub count is very low, so it'd be much appreciated. All right, let's jump in here and see what these guys got.
Here's the problem with America, the country is broken, cause they minds stay closed, but they mouths stay open. Get attacked and we blame terrorists, go broken, we blame the price, blame racists for the racism, but only if his skin is white.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, by the way, just for the people that don't know, you know, not only white people can be racist. I hear this all the time, that it's impossible for any minority to be racist. Listen, it's false, okay? Racism happens in all walks of life.
We don't need guns because we can call the police. We don't need fire extinguishers, call a fireman, please. You didn't want to build a wall and now the border is weak. Your favorite actor has a gate that's like 15 feet.
All right, he said a lot there. Listen, yes, this whole anti-getaway, the guns aren't going anywhere. Forget that. It's not going anywhere. That's not going to work. It's a great point by the fire extinguisher. You know, you don't need those either. If you can call it, it's the same concept, right? So stop it. Defund the police, stop it. All that nonsense. And then he said, what the hell did he say? Hold on.
15 feet. Racism is gay.
Oh, he said about the wall. You built a wall, but now the border is weak. Listen, Tom, I know you're younger than me and everything, but listen, you make yourself sound a little bit stupid. The border's been weak for a very, very long time. That has nothing to do with Trump or Biden or Obama, or has something to do with them, but it's not because of them or Bush before him. It's been weak for a very, very long time. Okay?
If you're offended, that's retarded. And tolerance is great until you speak and you're a target. If a white man paints his face black, he's a racist piece of garbage. But you put him in a dress and he's courageous and he's gorgeous. All these double standards, man, I'm tired of the norm.
I really don't get that one because they're nothing to do with each other, right? I mean, I get why they're saying blackface. I mean, yeah. I think all of it's a little bit over the top. I mean, like they're digging stuff up from 20 years ago at some Halloween thing. Someone wore blackface. I mean, what's next? Like don't the girls do like the facials and stuff, and the half the time it's all clay, like dark face, that blackface. I mean, where does this shit stop? You know what I mean? And then, but he tried to compare it to like I guess what would you call it? A transsexual or whatever. I don't see really the relationship there at all, as far as hypocrisy. Jesus. Hypocrisy goes. Thank you.
Freedom's an illusion if they censor your voice. Call a dad a deadbeat for neglecting his boys, but a mom kills a baby and you call it pro-choice. You act like you're...
You know, there is no censoring of anybody's voice. I mean, just the fact that this guy is on this track right now, talking what he's talking about, just goes to show you that there's no censorship in this form. I mean, he's free to speak how he wants to speak, clearly. Okay? I think maybe some folks like Tom need a little bit of an education on censorship and where things can legally be, if you even want to call it censored, and where they cannot be, right? So he clearly has the freedom of speech to do this track.
So much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose. Here's your medal. To a new world order. Why they hate the flag, they try to burn it to the ground. Don't do that in front of me, I'ma let off a round, pal.
See, and Adam, I like Adam a lot. You know what I mean? And I agree, man. The whole burning the flag thing, that's bullshit. You know, it pisses me off, or it will piss me off too when I see it in front of me. But, like, you know, he's talking about shooting somebody that he sees burning in front of him. But that's, I mean, Adam's a big, like, you know, America First guy and the freedom guy, right? That's their freedom to do so. That's where you guys always get this wrong. And I understand that it kind of might move numbers or whatever it may be, but it goes both ways, right? You can't like be like pro-American, pro-freedom, whatever, and then walk on the freedoms of other. Even though I would never do it and I don't agree with it, it's still a free country, and that's proof.
Scream loud, burn the city down now. Put it on the news, make them all feel proud. Look, make a system where
Yeah, and that's another thing. That whole all the riot shit and all that stuff that went on and all the acting like it was no big deal. Hell, I had friends of my own that were telling me that it's okay. It's okay. Why is it okay? Well, because white people have money and they can just rebuild it. It doesn't mean anything. And I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, it's crazy that people really think like it's okay. It's okay to just destroy other people's shit, burn it to the ground, whatever it is. And it's not okay for anybody to want to protect it. It's not okay for anybody wanting to stand out and guard these places. Or if someone shows up with guns, like the Rittenhouse thing, and like that's not okay. No, that's actually what people are supposed to do. Like, protect your shit.
news, make them all feel proud. Look, make a system where 85% of black people fill the prison. Is it cause they black or they make bad decisions? I ain't good at math, but it seems like it's division. Or is it white privilege?
See, I'm not really sure. I think he was kind of like, I think he was kind of surfing there a little bit, That was he really trying to say that, and you can tell me in the comments, like, what was he really trying to say there? Is he trying to say that, it's something that really it's a systematic, breakdown, or is it that, people of color make poor decisions more so than white people? So, I mean, there's a lot of data behind that to suggest that, yeah, I mean, if the 85% of the prison is black, why? Well, there's a lot of underlying reasons why. But they still made the decisions and have to face the consequences of whatever those decisions were. But I agree that there's a lot of underlying factors that create some of that. Even stuff that's completely wrong, like patrolling predominantly black neighborhoods and you're in the, let's say, drug division, but you're doing traffic stops as a means to find more shit to then lock people up, and you're doing all in the name of numbers and producing arrests and stuff like it's just that shit is completely wrong, and that will help fill prisons with of more people of color, anybody in that particular neighborhood. So if this neighborhood is 90% black, then there's a higher chance that most of those people that'll be arrested or pulled over or searched or whatever it may be will be black. And the same thing if you did it in an 80% or 90% Asian neighborhood. So there's a lot of wrong shit that goes on there.
I believe politicians need to be locked up. Try to take our freedoms, that's how you get shot up.
Yeah, but which politicians? See, that's where these guys, again, they mess up. I get the whole, hardcore Trump, pro-America, but there's plenty of Americans that are pro-America that had nothing to do with Trump. But which politicians? And that's the problem that I see from both sides. It's like, everybody wants to talk about politicians and being left and right and progressive and whatever. But they all of the politicians fall into the same group. And when you only speak about one side, it just shows that really you're either misinformed, misguided, or clueless. So, I wish some of these guys like Adam would do a little better job of that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to point out that politicians, or there's an issue with politicians that are harming this country, since you love this country so much, then, then truly be open to what the real issue is. And it's not a one-sided thing. It's not a Democrat thing. It's not a Republican thing. It's both of them.
Got our back against the wall, try to just stop us. More guns, more ammunition, please stock up. Election gets rigged, rights get infringed. Take this syringe, frighten your kids.
Yeah, see, that's well, we all know the election wasn't rigged. I mean, people can keep saying it over and over and over and over again, but you can audit it. And most of these places that audit, they had Republican Secretary of States on it. It's all been proven. There's nothing wrong with the election. The dude lost. I mean, he lost by like 6, 7 million votes. He lost the last time. So what? Big deal. You mean, you lost. You move on. There'll be another Republican in office the next time. You know what I mean? It's not rigged because your guy lost. You know, you guys believe like suckers. You believe this thing's been repeated over and over and over again, but yet none of it's actually ever been proven, and it's all been in court. So, and these are Republican judges and Supreme Court. I mean, come on, guys, get it together. As far as the other stuff about, I think he's getting ready to go into COVID.
Frighten your kids, show up right where you live. Make me cringe. Frighten your kids, show up right where you live. More ammunition, please stock up. Election gets rigged, rights get infringed. Take this syringe, frighten your.
What rights? What rights? I'm not really sure what that is. Is that like a mask thing for your rights, or take the syringe? Now the syringe thing, this whole mandated vaccine shit, that's ridiculous. You shouldn't be able to mandate or make anybody take a vaccine, especially one that doesn't prevent you from spreading it, prevent you from getting it. I don't know how you can actually make a vaccine mandate. That's actually doesn't make sense to me whatsoever.
Gets rigged, rights get infringed. Take this syringe, frighten your kids.
And again, with the rights thing, again, it seems like people need a basic education on rights, right? Where do your rights end and then others begin? What rights do you have in public? What rights do you have in private? I mean, they're totally different things, right? I mean, if a business, if it's a private business and they want you to wear a mask, that's their right to do so. It has nothing to do with your right. That they're a private company. That's their policy. It's the same as they don't want you in the store without a shirt on. They don't want you in the store without shoes on. It's the same exact thing. The government can do its own thing. The government can make certain things, but in your home, you're free to do what you want to do. In the public, you're free to do what you want to do. You know what I mean? So again, it just seems like, you know, people are just really misinformed or ignorant to what your rights actually are. They never read the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the amendments, anything. It's crazy the amount of nonsense you see on videos like this, social media, whatever it is. It's just people just sound so stupid. Like when like Tom right now is going to talk about censorship. This dude ain't censored at all. He's been yapping he's flapping his gums for like a year now, you know, and on all the same shit and nothing. It's not a big deal. Oh, they took somebody off of Facebook. Yeah, Facebook can do that. They're allowed to. He's still on YouTube, right? He can still walk around the street, say it, right? He can do all his own thing. But if Facebook don't want it on Facebook, they don't want it on Facebook. Why people get so bent out of shape about silly stuff like that is beyond me. You know, it's not censorship. That's their platform. You don't like it? Create your own platform. That's their right to do so. Okay? So, it's crazy.
Show up right where you live. Make me want to grab a rifle and just go. You act like you're so much better than
Tom going to get visited by the FBI. Not Tom, Adam.
Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that.
I've seen, so many people have said stuff about that, like about that line about, you know, your facts aren't facts without censoring us. Again, with the censorship, who's being censored? The biggest news station in the world acts like they're not big media. I mean, Fox is like, I think it's the largest news organization in the world, and they act like they're small. Like they talk about big media everywhere else. No, they are the big media, and people just buy into this bullshit, and I think it's hilarious. I sit back and I just laugh, but there's no censorship. There's too much information, quite frankly, and most of it is misleading information. It's not less information and being censored. It's too much of bullshit. That can't be argued. Now, you might have a different opinion in the comments, but like I said, I'm not for one side or the other. I'm just telling you how it is. There's too much information, and it's bad information. The social media bullshit, I'm telling you, it's bad juju.
Good job, you lose, here's your medal. To a new world order. And everyone blames white folks for every little bitty thing. We don't have no one to blame, we take responsibility. They tell you be a man, then call it toxic masculinity. Then when you act too feminine, they call it white fragility.
Yeah, that shit is hilarious. He made, that's probably the best. That's probably the best verse he's had on here. I mean, and it makes a lot of sense. It's like, yeah, I hear it all the time. It's like, somehow I'm the bad guy just because I'm white. I didn't do shit to anybody. I don't have. There's no race card I could pull. There's none of that shit. And I can't blame anybody. I can't make an excuses, whatever, because I can't blame it on nobody. I can't blame it. I didn't get this job because of this guy. I didn't make this money because of this guy. I mean, it's crazy. And yeah, we can't white. It's a white man. And even if you talk about it, then all of a sudden you're the problem. You know what I mean? Oh, you can't take it. Too sensitive. You know what I'm saying? All this nonsense you hear. You read it in the comments and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's probably the realest thing that he said that I agree with. Now, I'm telling you right now, I'll be completely honest with you, it's making people go the complete opposite direction. They think that all this downward pressure on white men is going to create some level of change or whatever. No, it's not, because it's so out of line and it's so out of bounds that it's making people, white men, it's specifically, it's making them not give a shit anymore. Like the people that supported causes and cause after cause after cause, and now it's just like, you know what? Go after yourself, dude. I don't care. I don't care. Good. Whatever. I'm proud of it. You're right, and that's what's happening. They don't realize. Some people don't realize that that's what they're creating.
I don't understand trans man with humility. I'm just trying to raise my kid the best of my ability. If I disagree, you try to cancel, get rid of me. You cancer, you can't be the answer, you killing me. And I hate white supremacy just as much as you. My ability. If I disagree, you try to cancel, get rid of me. You cancer, you can't be the answer, you killing me. And I hate.
Now that's another big problem. The PC thing, this whole PC thing. Listen, shit's way over the top. Way over the top. People are so sensitive. The politically correct, dude. Stop with all this shit. Seriously, it's horrible. I mean,
hate white supremacy just as much as you, but I ain't feeling guilty for something I didn't do. The system's killing everyone. It sucks, but it's true. They kill you, then they broadcast it and call it the news.
What's the system, Tom? What side of it is? Because I can't figure it out. Because we all know that you're pro-Trump on the right side, but what's the system? Is it the whole system, or is it just from one-sided system? And that's the problem with Tom. He can't figure it out. He talks out of both sides of his mouth when he makes these. He creates these things for views, right? Obviously, he's trying to make money or whatever. He don't give a shit. You can tell by each one of those songs that he made. Really, it's really about just grabbing the attention and the views. Matter of fact, the first one he made that was sort of like this was almost a complete ripoff of a song that was probably made about 9-10 years ago and talked about all the same shit. He probably did listen to that song, and I just as far as this whole track goes so far, I think the beat's okay or whatever. I think the track itself, like the lyrics and everything, I don't think it's very good at all. Some people say, well, it's not about that, it's about the message. Okay, well, what's the message? Because the message is also jumbled up as well. I mean, as you can tell, it's not a clear message. Adam's definitely more clear than Tom is, and there's a clash here on this track, and I don't think it's as clean or as good as it could have been.
Or they'll brainwash you through social media feeds. And if you disagree, delete you immediately. Make America China pretty easy to see. I will always remember the
Again, though, that's the thing. I agree. The social media stuff is brainwashing us to death. It's horrible. I hate it. I wouldn't care if they went away forever. But it's not. Again, it's not who's making you China. I mean, is Twitter running the country? Is Facebook running the country? Are they the ones that make the laws? And this also, if Twitter doesn't want you on their platform, they don't want you on their platform. I got a really good idea. How about not posting incorrect shit? I mean, that's a start, right? We can start there. Anything misleading, why don't we call our friend out that it's misleading bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can start there. But, like, again, you have to know the difference between private and public and rights and not rights and all that stuff. And it just seems like people don't really care to know too much about their rights. They just like to post shit on social media or make YouTube songs about stuff that they don't really know.
Land of the free. You act like you're so much better than us. Yeah, we know that. Who told you that you so special? To a new world order. Your facts ain't facts without censoring us. Yeah, we know that. Good job, you lose. Here's your medal. To a new world order.
And just to be clear, I'm a huge Adam Calhoun fan. You know, pro guns, all that kind of stuff. I want a secure border. I am against and defund the police. All that. I mean, there's a lot of things that we do agree on. You know what I mean? But as far as like talking about censorship and stuff, it doesn't really make sense at all when you're talking about censorship on a track that anybody can listen to. And there's nobody censoring it. YouTube hasn't pulled it down. None of that kind of stuff. But when you're in a private establishment, they can do what they want. So I'm not like, against these guys or, anti any political figure or for a party or whatever it is. It's just how I see it. You know what I mean? BS is BS. You got to call it out when you see it. You know what I mean? So anyway, ain't done one in a while. Maybe I shouldn't, give my opinion on some of this stuff because I'm sure some people aren't going to like it. But like I said, I'm a fan. Matter of fact, I think Tom MacDonald's the one he did about Dear Slim, that was probably one of his best pieces of work. That I've seen. It was creative and it was good stuff. And Adam always puts out good stuff. But this continued political beatdown of lies and all this, I think it's run its course, and we got to move on. You know what I mean? And if we have serious issues with censorship or laws, like really know what the laws are, deal with the politicians that you can't stand, and make change. Otherwise, you know where this is heading. Anyway, like, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.